right, let's call the City of Milton amended Common Council meeting Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. It's 6 p.m. And can I get confirmation of appropriate meeting notice?
Meeting notice was posted at Milton City Hall, Milton Piggly Wiggly, and Hometown Ace Hardware.
Approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Anyone opposed? We have an agenda. Pledge of Allegiance. Charla. Public comments regarding items which can be affected by council action. Do we have anybody signed in? Okay. Mayoral proclamation. Small Business Saturday. Whereas the government of Milton, Wisconsin celebrates our local small businesses and the contributions they make to our local economy and community. And whereas, according to the United States Small Business Administration, there are 33 million small businesses in the United States. Small businesses represent 99.7% of firms with paid employees. Small businesses are responsible for 62.7% of net new jobs created since 1995. And small businesses employ 46.4% of the employees in the private sector in the United States. And whereas 68 cents of every dollar spent at a small business in the United States stays in the local community, and every dollar spent at small businesses creates an additional 48 cents in local business activity as a result of employees and local businesses purchasing local goods and services. And whereas 72% of consumers reported that Small Business Saturday 2022 made them want to shop and dine at small independently owned retailers and restaurants all year long. And whereas Milton, Wisconsin supports our local businesses that create jobs, boost our local economy, and preserve our communities. And whereas advocacy groups as well as public and private organizations across the country have endorsed the Saturday after Thanksgiving as Small Business Saturday. Now therefore I, Anissa Welch, Mayor of the City of Milton, do hereby proclaim November 25th, 2023 as Small Business Saturday and urge the residents of our community and communities across the country to support small businesses and merchants on Small Business Saturday and throughout the year. And I'll sign it this 21st day of November 2023. Approval of the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? All right, that motion carries. Discussion and possible action regarding donation of vehicle from Enbridge Energy Company. And I just wanted to say that Chief Saxey had two previously scheduled family obligations the past two council meetings that were scheduled a long time before he became our chief. So he is absolutely excused from his appearances. So I just wanted to let you know, but I'm sure we have an update from someone on the Enbridge truck.
I guess I'll be presenting this for Chief Saxey this evening, and in front of you we put some more information from the chief regarding this donation that has been presented to the police department for the council to review. So this is part of Enbridge's Safe Community Program, which awards grants for equipment, training, or education programs. So they're donating one of their used fleet pickup trucks. They have donated trucks to other municipalities too, including the City of Fort Atkinson Fire Department, the City of Fort Atkinson Police Department, the City of Jefferson Police Department, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, the Boone County Sheriff's Office. So those are the closest ones in this area. So they have provided the information, and Kelsey, our treasurer, has reviewed this information also to make sure that everything is in order as far as the title.
Questions or comments?
This is awesome.
This is just great. We are so fortunate to have these kinds of donations come in. I'll make a motion to accept this donation from Enbridge.
Second.
Any further questions or comments? All those in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? All right. That motion passes. Discussion and possible action regarding TIP agreement for Backyard Properties, Rock County LLC.
So before you, excuse me, before you tonight is the final development agreement for Backyard Properties. If you recall, they have a project along Parkview Drive where they will be developing apartment buildings. The current agreement has been reviewed by city staff, city council, the developer. Developer's attorney is also here tonight if anyone has questions. I just want to make note of one small change that will take place within the development agreement as far as the notice section. The developer has requested that notice also be sent to their attorney, so that will be added in the final document. But other than that, any questions or comments?
Anyone?
Make a motion to approve the TIF development agreement with Backyard Properties with the amendment that Mark Langer suggested.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, that motion carries. Discussion and possible action regarding Milton Township Joint Fire Department designating City of Milton as official record keeper. Kelsey, did you want to present on this?
Couple. The winter closure.
Oh, the winter closures.
I'm ready.
I skipped right over the winter sidewalk closures. Oh, gosh. Okay, discussion and action, direction regarding policy on winter closures for dead-end sidewalks that Mark is so anxiously awaiting to talk about.
Yes. So there's a policy in Milton that allows for residents with dead-end sidewalks to request the closure for winter months. Practice has not always matched the policy. Several of the areas where sidewalks have been closed historically include sidewalks on cul-de-sacs, undeveloped areas, areas with small terraces. So it's a situation where our practice does not match our policy, therefore we're asking for direction from the council. This was also brought before the Public Works Committee. Public Works Committee did recommend a review of the policy and seeking input from legal counsel as to the policy itself. And then the next item is the approval of the closures that were previously recommended by the Public Works Committee, but this item is specific to the policy. So I don't know if there's questions or comments or any direction that you would like to provide.
At Public Works, we talked about that this likely wouldn't be implemented for the 2023-24 winter, but just to give guidance and direction for the following year. If council agreed with Public Works about reevaluating our policy and our practices.
So I guess since we do this every year, and it sounds like there's a bunch of manual work that has to go into it, sending notices out. And
So
that.
the policy does require or indicate that the city will send out or publish notice allowing residents to submit applications for review. So there's some administrative burden with the policy as well. Again, the policy is specific to dead ends. Many of the locations that have been closed are not. I don't know the acceptability of the closures that have been in place. I just know that at this time that it doesn't conform with our policy. So that's why we're looking to review this or to see if, how the council would like to proceed. And just, really looking for direction because it doesn't match our practice.
I think that this is something that we need to go back and look at again. The people who have given us this letter are actually, they have requested not to shovel their driveway. or I'm sorry, they have requested to have their sidewalk closed several years. And every year they keep coming back. And it is a very difficult driveway. It's got, I drove past it, and, you know, the brick entrance, when you pull into the driveway, they have a nice brick entrance. It's, the topography of the yard is kind of unique. I'm not real excited about closing the sidewalks because, and I think that we need to have this reviewed mainly because we just went through a COVID lockdown. And that's, but what did people do during that time? They went outside. They went on walks. They took their dogs places. They, you know, that's all we could do. So I would like to just encourage us to take a look at this. Maybe Mark can collect some more information of what other municipalities do. That way we can just hopefully not have to deal with this every year.
Any other comments or questions?
I guess I would agree. I think that you open the door even a little bit and you will find that many people feel that their property is equally as dangerous or incompliant with what we already have as a policy. They will say that, you know, gosh, mine is, mine also backs up to this type of an intersection, and it really shouldn't have to be shoveled, and that we really need to define it very clearly and abide by it.
Anything else from anyone? Is there a motion then to give staff direction?
I'll make a motion to give staff direction to look into the winter sidewalk closure policy.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right. Discussion and possible action regarding the 2023-24 sidewalk closings.
So the current policy provides that the Public Works Committee will recommend to the Common Council closures for the winter season. This list is the list that was recommended by the Public Works Committee at the September meeting. It's very similar to lists from basically all previous years. So I think in the interest of at least staying consistent for now until we have evaluated the policy, it does make sense to at least continue with what the practice has been, and especially with winter bearing down on us as well. So that's this item.
I would agree with that last comment. So I'd make a motion to approve the sidewalk closing request.
I would second that.
All
I'd
those
second.
in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, back to Kelsey. Discussion and possible action regarding Milton Township Joint Fire Department designating the City of Milton as official record keeper.
The City of Milton has served as the accountant and payroll processor for the Milton Township Joint Fire Department for quite some time. I don't know the length of time, but quite some time. During the transition, specifically for the most part employee files and records of employees that have transitioned over to the Edgerton Fire Protection District have gone that way, but there needs to be a place to store the old files, and the Milton Joint Fire Commission met last Wednesday. They are requesting that the City of Milton become the official record keeper for these out-of-date records. City of Milton will use the same record retention schedules for these files that we use for the City of Milton files. Milton Township Joint Fire Commission is just asking if the City of Milton will approve this request for us to become the official record keepers for them.
Questions or comments?
I think it's a reasonable request. These employee records are the employees that did not move to the Edgerton Fire District. So Edgerton shouldn't have these employee records. So they have to be somewhere. and we're the logical place, I think, for them to be housed.
Any further questions or comments? Is there a motion?
I would move that we approve the request to become the, let's see, what was the wording? Official record keeper for the Milton Fire Department.
Second?
All those in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Okay. Resolution 2023-21 to adopt the 2024 budget. Kelsey, any changes or anything exciting?
So no changes since last time, but I do have one note that I want to bring to everyone's attention tonight, just so it's on radars. Our assessment ratio has dropped to 77% this year, so it's been suggested that we do a revaluation and get it in the works for 2024. Because the budget is where it is already, a revaluation is not in the budget for 2024 as it stands tonight. We've talked with our assessor, Musser Appraisal. He agreed that he could go forward with the revaluation, and it would be $25,000, and he would split it evenly between 2024 and 2025 for us, because we have been under contract with him for quite a few years now. My suggestion, because the budget is where it is already, I would like to suggest that the council think about possibly taking this 2024 amount from residual funds at the end of this year, so that we don't affect this budget that we're looking to pass tonight. That maybe could be top priority for those funds moving forward, so that we don't have to reduce anything from the budget. And then at our next council meeting, we're going to look to bring a revaluation agreement with Musser Appraisal forward for signature, so that we can move forward with that. So just wanted to, it will be on the next council meeting, but I just wanted to make everyone aware that it is going to have a cost between 2024 and 2025 if we choose to move forward with it. But with where our assessment ratio dropped to, it'd probably be good to get it in the works sooner than later, instead of waiting until 2025 for it. Otherwise, the budget, no changes as standing from last meeting.
Any questions or comments for Kelsey? I think we were all kind of surprised that our ratio dropped, so that wasn't anticipated. But we're adaptable like that, so we'll figure it out.
I think, Kelsey, you have a good solution for how we can fund that too, without having to rock the boat and mess around with the whole budget.
Yeah.
Trying to figure that one out.
Too late.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little late to do that. So, on that note, I would say I would make a motion to approve the budget for next year.
Anything else from anyone? All those in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? We have a budget for next year. Discussion and possible action regarding 2023-24 committee and commission appointments.
The Historic Preservation Commission has approved a youth appointment on the commission, and we did receive a application from Cash Cloak and for this appointment, and so we are asking for the council to confirm this appointment that the mayor has recommended.
I'll make a motion to approve the appointment of Cash Cloak to the Historic Preservation Commission.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? I just want to commend our council and our committees and commissions for including more youth involvement in local government. And this is a project that Jenny and I are working on with the University Year Project. So you guys didn't even know what great steps you're taking to further that project along. And we've really had a lot of excitement and enthusiasm from our youth too. So,
I will
go ahead.
mention something that's related to this item. The Thursday night, the county board passed a resolution to establish a exploratory committee for youth and governance for the county. There will be a ad hoc committee. It was approved, and they'll be looking for members for that ad hoc committee. So if you're interested in it, this will be an opportunity to work with UW Extension personnel, and they've got experience in doing these. Racine County has got a particularly robust youth and governance program, and I think we'll be looking at that. Max Olson, our own Max Olson, made a wonderful presentation before the county board, and I think the vote, we had one negative vote, and those of you who know the county board probably can guess who voted no.
Any other county news you would like to update us on? No, no.
No,
No.
the county budget passed last Tuesday night, so the county has a budget as well.
Sorry, Bill, didn't mean to put you on the spot there, but since you have the mic, any other committee reports? Okay. Staff reports. Okay, for those of you that haven't met, our new city administrator, Paul Hensch. Welcome, Paul, to your first official city council meeting. So let's make it fun for Paul. And so, staff reports. Who would like to go first? Mark would. That's great.
Yes, I would. Leaf collection's pretty much done. There is the yard waste dumpsters through the end of the month for people to use as well, but we won't have our truck out much longer. Doing some street sweeping, otherwise just the normal routine work we have ongoing.
Did have what was it, a call or I guess it was a text from a constituent who had been out raking leaves, and one of those things where you're shoveling the driveway just as the plow is coming along to, he was hurriedly raking leaves, and he said that the elephant truck did stop and waited for a couple of minutes till he stopped raking leaves, and he was thanking the city and in particular the public works driver.
Well, I don't know of any other community that provides that sort of service short of breaking the leaves.
Well, we always appreciate positive comments, so I will share that. Thank you.
Very nice. Kelsey?
Now that we have a budget, I'll be switching over to tax bills, which are due out by December 18th.
Yeah. 3 cheers for Kelsey. Tough crowd. Ashley?
What isn't happening at the library? We're busy. We're very busy. We announced that the Ice Age Trail has been rerouted to our Story Garden, so that's a very exciting development. So we'll have lots of hikers and everybody coming through our Story Gardens, hopefully utilizing our library. I would love to have like a digital guest book to kind of see who's traveling the Ice Age Trail and everything. So we'll have a little kiosk out there, so that's very exciting. We are going to have a pre-parade party next Saturday when we have the lighted Christmas parade in town. So we'll have a little pre-parade party at Story Gardens with hot chocolate and cider and fun. I think some middle school students are going to be playing their instruments and singing as well. And we have our book sale going on, and the last 3 days of the month will be our $2 bag sale. So please come get some books. Thanks.
I just one comment. I saw the veteran reading to the little kids. That was so cool.
Yeah, we had somebody reached out to me and said her father had just turned 99, and he is going on an adventure to do 99 new things before he turns 100 in August. So we were number 42 on his list to read story at the public library. So he's a World War II, Korean War, and Desert Storm veteran. So he was amazing, and I loved it so much.
It's very cool. And there's a pre-game parade. The library is the coolest place in town right now. And always busy. So Jenny, did you do anything the last couple weeks?
No. But I feel like we need to make it so that Ashley goes last, so the rest of us, my stuff is not very exciting. So we'll start with that I actually attended the 2024 Election Academy, which was geared toward the presidential election, and that's through the UW Green Bay. So we are looking for election officials. If anyone is interested, it's ongoing, but we're hoping to have our full list by the December 4th council meeting. And so we actually, on November 13th, that we had 99 third graders come from the schools that they attended a mock election. So we had the room set up as an election, and they were able to go ahead and we had little ballots for them, and they put it through in the machine. And so part of that, we had the mayor there, who also presented some information about the government in general, and there was an overwhelming responses as they were talking about the different departments and what they do, that how many had been to the library. They were very excited about the library. So but no, it was a really good opportunity for our staff to work with the youth, and they have actually already reached out and they're planning to do something like this next year, and also work with other teachers in the future to learn a little bit more about government, whether that looks like a tour or etc. So, and our staff was just very excited to have those people come in and see what we do.
I also think if DPW could up their game a little bit and bring some heavy equipment that day, like maybe the library wouldn't be so popular all the time. Like,
We could do a touch a truck.
touch a
One of
truck.
those touch a truck events.
They could then they could vote on like what is their favorite heavy duty equipment from Public Works.
So bring the elephant.
It's the elephant. Ashley has something to say.
Well, I think DPW should have a snowplow naming contest that other communities have done.
Yeah,
Kids love that.
yeah. I think like if anybody else has any suggestions for Mark to just write them down and present them. Are you trying to get our attorney to stop the conversation? Okay, Paul, any updates?
I would just like to thank staff for welcoming me and being so helpful over these last couple days. Obviously, there's a ton to learn, and I've been digging in, and but staff has been great. So thank you guys.
And the other thing that Paul told me is, the reason he wanted to come work for Milton is because of our team building at council meetings. So all of you that think that you're not going to have to keep doing team building, sorry.
Didn't these used to be just like once a month? I don't feel like we did them every meeting.
I think we're going to do 2 a meeting now. I think our attorney just swore. I don't know. A motion? Okay, so this is like super easy tonight, right? So we have a holiday coming up. Here you have 2 options. You can either tell us about your most memorable Thanksgiving or holiday story. It can even be, deer hunting or something. Or you can tell us what you're doing this year and what your cooking responsibilities are.
I'm in charge of the turkey.
Hey, I just want to make a note. This is the first time that Mark has ever gone first.
No, it's not actually.
Is it the second?
Second time because 2 council meetings ago he went first.
Oh, when I was gone. Oh.
Candyland.
Oh, Candyland.
Yep, that's right.
The expectations are growing. I don't know if you're going to keep meeting them, but we'll put that in your performance improvement plan. All right, so Mark has gone already.
I can do mine to get it out of the way.
Oh, the other Mark is. There's going to be a lot of pressure next time.
It was a Thanksgiving memory. I was in trouble the night before, and I was like in 3rd grade, I think. And I don't remember what I did. My brother and I are 11 months apart, so we're tight at the hip. So I did something really, really wrong. And we got up early and we're watching the Macy's parade, because that's what we did on Thanksgiving morning. And I wrote this sappy note in my best block printing to my folks, apologizing and say, hope this is the best Thanksgiving ever, and we'll be very nice for you. And I remember that because my mom kept it and she framed it and she still has it. So that's my Thanksgiving memory.
That is so sweet. And now he always has to go last.
And I didn't get out of trouble, by the way. It just softened the blow a little bit, I think.
Very good, very good.
For the first time in probably my entire life, I don't have to cook or clean or get ready for family or do anything, and we're ordering Chinese.
I love it, I love it. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I am doing a pre-Packer game sweet and salty charcuterie board. That's my Thanksgiving cooking responsibilities, and you can all decide why that is my cooking responsibility.
Okay, so I'm going to smoke a turkey on the smoker. I'd like to clarify that. Smoker, lay the turkey out, spatchcock it, remove the backbone. But brining, I'm telling you, if you put it in a brine solution for 30 hours before, it's night and day different. The meat is much more moist and flavorful. So just a little cooking tip. Throw it in there too.
And we're getting leftovers, or we're not getting leftovers?
I'll bring some in with some sort of a holiday drink.
Like cranberry juice.
I've got a Thanksgiving memory. It's a kind of an odd one, but had a cousin who had a birthday near Thanksgiving, and he got for his birthday a set of walkie-talkies. Now you have to remember this is in the 1950s, so walkie-talkies were pretty high tech, and it turned out that Thanksgiving that year was a lovely day in spite of being in Buffalo, New York. It didn't snow, and we spent probably as long as the batteries would last in the neighborhood playing all kinds of games. We were cops and we were everything. So, walkie-talkie day.
I don't think we could trust our council with walkie-talkies.
Mine was more of a memory too. You know, my dad used to deer hunt a lot, and so every time that time of the year, it would just be my mom and my brothers and sisters. And one year, you know, she was just very irritable. And by the time my dad got home, we were all excited, and she was just standing there, you know, like this. And my dad walked in and, you know, very excited to see her, was ready to give her a hug. And she said, I have something to show you. And pulled it around, and there it was, his rifle. And it was perfect. You know, we're all sitting there just looking. And so he had to admit that he did not hunt. He never hunted. And nor did any of them. You know, that they would just go up and play cards and just had a good time. So that was it.
That, like, I think
You know,
Jim
we
likes
always wondered
cooking.
why they never hit any deer. You know, but
That's the best, Teresa.
I'll go. I'll make mine an easy one. I'm making cranberries. I do make cranberries from scratch, homemade, and I also bring the can for those people who something's wrong in their head.
I'll go ahead. we will be spending time with our daughter and her family and her married family for Thanksgiving, and my son-in-law is the chef, so he will be doing the turkey. And I can tell you for sure that every year, even though we ask, do you want us to bring anything? The answer is no. But if we don't bring the spinach dip, we are in trouble. So that's what our dish is. We do the spinach dish and Chex Mix this time.
For Thanksgiving, my wife likes to cook Thanksgiving, so I'm usually relegated to setting the table, carving the bird, and fetching supplies.
I will be having my first meal at Club Bub with my dad, watching the Packer game, and then I will have my second meal with Mom, watching more football. So.
It sounds perfect.
So I can't say what I'm cooking because I haven't asked my mom what I'm supposed to bring yet. But as far as so I'll do a memory, and that is probably my grandfather and my uncle and my cousin are very big hunters. So usually on Thanksgiving there are multiple deer when we walk in the garage hanging. They're very good at hunting. They do actually hunt. And so it's a wonderful day because we go in there, which I hate. Always hated that of seeing that, but then going in, we would be cooking up a storm, and then our tradition was we would always watch a Christmas movie, and while everyone else would be watching a football game, so my mom, my grandma, and my other cousin, and then we would go to Grand Geneva afterwards, and we would look at all the lights that they put up. So it's probably been about 10 years since we've been able to do that, and so that's probably my favorite memory.
Very nice. And we did not miss anyone, right? Kelsey.
Kelsey.
You are so close. You know my memory.
This year I'm tasked with bringing the corn casserole and pumpkin bars.
We'll take the leftover pumpkin.
See what I can do.
All right. Well, I hope everybody has a lovely Thanksgiving. You're all safe and enjoy lots of food and fun. Go Packers. We'll see how that goes. We won't be betting because we know who's probably going to win. Our next meeting date is December 5th, 2023. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Anyone opposed? We're adjourned. Good job, everyone.